appreciate you being on, and Stephanie as well from Kellogg.
Perfect. Thanks, Tori and Rennie, and to all of our partners at HPS for allowing us the opportunity to speak with you guys this afternoon. My name is Eric Reese. I'm the Kellogg's Key Account Executive supporting our K-12 business in the Midwest. I'm also thrilled to have with me today Stephanie Dove. Stephanie is our well-being and regulatory business partner and is really an enormous asset to our K-12 team and really to the Kellogg company as a whole. Our goal today is to reintroduce to you some of our staple items, along with a handful of our recently renovated items from brands that your students both know and love. We're also excited to share with you some of our marketing support tools to help make old new again. And just a quick side note before we get going, to save everybody the headache, all of the items that we're showing you today do have a GFS item number associated with them. They are in stock at your local GFS DC and have ample supply available. All right, so let's start with our Eggo brand. So who doesn't love starting their day off with a delicious Eggo waffle? Or a text from a friend that includes your favorite emoji? Well, this item offers students the best of both worlds. So in July, we launched our new bulk whole grain Eggo waffle. One side of each waffle is the classic home style texture, and the opposite side features 6 different faces and unique personalities. This item comes in a 144 count bulk case, each 2 waffle serving, providing 2 ounces of equivalent grain. They're CACFP compliant and are free from artificial color and flavors. The Eggo waffle can be enjoyed plain for breakfast or in a non-traditional way, such as a sandwich carrier for any lunch application. After this call, I'm happy to share a link to Tori to send out to the team to our K-12 website that features multiple recipes that incorporate this product.
Perfect. And so we are thrilled with the Eggo launch this year, and we really wanted something to give both our students and our operators something to look forward to coming back to the school year. So I know many of you probably this is the first time in a year and a half that you're welcoming students back in the cafeteria. And what's not to love about these fun emojis on waffles? And we really wanted to focus in on incorporating all of our well-being principles that we have at Kellogg, from the physical well-being aspect to enable positive eating patterns and societal well-being to really promote and encouraging students' equitable access to school meals. But most importantly, this product really hits in on the social emotional well-being. And so we created all of these digital tools that are available on our Kellogg Away from Home K-12 Resource Center. So we have trading cards. We gave each of the waffle shapes their own personalities and their own names. And we put some fun facts about the waffles on the back of the trading cards. And we really just want kids to get excited about coming back in the cafeteria. Again, this may be the first time that some of your smaller students are actually in a cafeteria because they spent their first year of school remote learning. We have activity pages, word searches for your older students. We also have photo booth props, knowing that school lunch week is coming down the pipeline in October, and we also have Better Breakfast Month in September. And so you can download all of those tools and resources. We also have sticker graphics that you can download, and they're sized for your standard Avery label that you can also do as well. And as Eric mentioned, we worked with our dedicated K-12 chef to develop a handful of brunch for lunch menu concepts featuring the Eggo, also utilizing some staple USDA food items, because we really want to help you maximize what you have in your kitchens with some of these new innovation items. And also our Eggo portfolio is part of Cool School Cafe as well. And so you can learn more about that on our website as well.
All right, perfect. So for those of you who are familiar with our Keebler Elf Grams, they recently transitioned to this new and exciting product, Tiger Bites, featuring none other than Tony the Tiger. This is the same exact food as the Elf Grams, same SKU number, same GFS numbers, same flavor, same nutritional, etc., just different packaging and different character. And what kid doesn't love Tony the Tiger, right? We've received some extremely positive feedback on this item so far, especially by districts whose mascots are tigers, as they can now incorporate this item into a tiger theme day. Each flavor comes packed in 150 count cases, each pouch providing 1 ounce of equivalent grain. They're CACFP compliant, Smart Snack compliant, and contain no high fructose corn syrup. Next, we have the Nutrigrain Bar. Talk about a throwback. The Nutrigrain Bar has been around since 1986, and believe it or not, is still the #1 selling K-12 SKU in the Midwest. Nutrigrain bars come in 3 different flavors: strawberry, apple cinnamon, and blueberry. Come packed in a 96 count case. All 3 flavors are free from artificial colors and flavors, made with real fruit, Smart Snack compliant, and provides 1 grain per serving. Rice Krispie treats, snap, crackle, pop. Enough said. I'm pretty sure everyone on this call has enjoyed a Rice Krispie treat in their life. The whole grain Rice Krispie treats come with or without chocolate chips in 80 count cases. They're Smart Snack compliant, contain no high fructose corn syrup, provide 1 ounce of equivalent grain per serving. Perfect for treat days, any theme days, and of course, kickstarting your a la carte program this year. This is our #1 selling K-12 item nationally. In addition, we're featuring a sweepstakes this fall called the Be a Treat Star, in which one district monthly will win a $5,000 grant. So to enter, you simply send a picture of your distributor invoice or a photo of your Rice Krispie treats on display to the website that I'll provide after this call, and you'll be automatically entered. Next, our most popular breakfast item and another a la carte MVP, Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts come in 4 flavors: strawberry, cinnamon, fudge, and blueberry. There's a single count option that comes in 120 count cases, providing 1 ounce of equivalent grain, or a twin pack option that comes in 72 count cases, offering 2 grains. The 1 count Pop-Tarts are Smart Snack compliant, as well as the 2 count options with an entree exemption. The strawberry, fudge, and cinnamon flavors are all free from artificial colors and flavors, and all 8 SKUs are free from high fructose corn syrup.
All right, thanks, Eric. So as we're talking about today, reinventing some of those classic items that you have had on your menus for a while, or even looking at brands that are recognizable and identifiable. And fun fact, with our new Tiger Bite brands, Tony, a recent survey confirmed that Tony is the most recognized cereal character among kids. So that really should help drive that confidence level about putting a familiar character on a different food format with kids. The kids recognize him, and so do their parents. And so it's something that you can really feel good about. With Kellogg's, we have this, what we call our eating occasion framework. And I really wanted to share this with you guys because I think one way that we can really think about making something new again is looking at the eating occasions where we typically may have some of these items placed. And I'm going to use an example from one of our customers based in South Carolina. She actually took the Rice Krispie treat and put that on her breakfast menu. And when people saw that, they were a little like, oh, Rice Krispie treat for breakfast, you can't be serious. And so she's like, but no, when you pair it with a yogurt and fruit and a milk, it's actually a balanced meal for students. And last school year, the RKT breakfast meal was her highest participation breakfast day of the entire school year. And so she just kind of decided to reposition something on a different part of the day for students. And for them, that was new and exciting enough that it really helped drive that participation level. And so I encourage you to really think about some of those breakfast items, and could you reposition them for lunch, or is there something that you typically offer more for a la carte that you may be able to really think about that it still meets on the tray line, that, putting it in one of those Lunchable style meal kits or a different format can really help transition the newness of an item that is still a classic on your menu. And Eric, we can go over to the next slide. Perfect. And so I have quite a few. You'll see that the next couple of slides, I have some key insights from the different demographics, because I think that, you know, we really focus in a lot. I'm sure a lot of you guys have sat in on webinars talking about Gen Z, but it's also equally important to look at millennials, because millennials tend to be the parents of your Gen Alphas. So your Gen Alphas are your youngest elementary students and those students who have yet to be born or enter your schools. And so it's really important to kind of look at not just the Gen Z population, but also the millennial population and still the Gen X population, because the Gen X population are those parents of your older Gen Zers in most cases. And so looking at what drives their consumption trends with food. So if you look at Gen Z, they have the expectation of, they want things that are portable because they are on the go. They want things that are unique. And with millennials, they're looking for function, but they also want trends. They want to see what the trends are. Flavors are really important. And when you look at the Gen X, they're really looking at family friendly, a balance, and affordability. And when you think about all of those things, some aspect of making something that's old new again is to look at how have we been communicating our products that we have on the menus. And so are we keeping in mind that, you know, our high school parents, they may be looking for more of those talking points about the balance and the affordability. But our younger parents want to see how we're incorporating these products onto some of the menu trends that we're seeing, or the flavors, or the functionality, and still looking at what our students want with that portability, which is what a lot of these meal kits and the Lunchable style concept really play into. Taking something like the Nutrigrain Bar, and you could pair that with the fruit, the fresh fruit, and a yogurt, and you could encourage the students, they could make their own mini Nutrigrain pizzas, similar to how those popular Lunchable pizzas are. Well, you can make one that's more of the sweet version of that, but it's still the balance with the protein and the grains and the fresh fruit. And it just encourages them to think outside of the box with how they're eating those things. And you may still have the students who prefer to eat their fruit and their yogurt and their Nutrigrain bars individually. But for those students who like that food exploration, that might be an avenue to just give them ideas on how they can customize what you're providing them in their menus. And we can go over to the next slide. Perfect. And so I love this because healthy-ish is definitely defined by, it's a combination of meeting both the parents and the kids where they are and meeting their expectations. And so the reality is no food item needs to deliver on every single element, but in order to have this balance, you need to have both sides of the equation covered. And you guys know this. You have the tough challenge each and every day of making sure that you're offering things that the students will eat, but also having things that the parents are not going to be knocking down your doors or blowing up your emails about the fact that you have this on the menu. And so really looking at that, parents are looking at nutrition, they're looking at the wholesome aspect, they're also looking at convenience. We just conducted a study in April with Nutrigrain, and they found that 43% of parents negotiate food choices with their kids at least 6 times per day, with each negotiation lasting at least 6 minutes. So when you collectively add that up for an entire year, parents are spending 9 days out of the year negotiating food choices with kids. And this is an amazing talking point to really promote what you are offering in your programs, because the reality is the same brands and products that parents are trusting in their pantries at home, many of you are serving the same products at school as well. And so just reiterating that message is a way to bring life back into those traditional products that you have on the menu. Sometimes parents just may not realize that. Really honing in on all of the regulatory aspects of the product that you're serving so that parents can feel confident and excited about the products that they know their students are getting. Meanwhile, kids are really attracted to their visual kids. So again, the characters. That's why Tony is a great character to have on these new brands. If you noticed on Eric's slide with RKT, we've updated our packaging. It has these fun scribbles and designs that are just more of a kid-friendly packaging. So the great thing is that's automatically going to add some newness into your a la carte or even your tray line because it's a new graphic on a classic staple item. And Eric, we can go over to the next slide. Perfect. And so if you look at this, I love this slide because it really highlights the experiences that foods evoke with different consumer groups. And Gen Z looks to eating as this mood boosting experience. They're looking at eating as engaging, hassle free, special, convenient. They're looking for that connection. And frankly, that is what you are doing each and every day. I've always said, and I challenged every teacher and every parent in the school all of the time. I'm like, do you know every child who is in that school? And they're like, no, that's so many kids. I was like, well, do you know who does know every child in that school? And they're like, who? I was like, the school nutrition department. I was like, I can guarantee you those men and women in the cafeteria can tell you the names of each child in that line because that's what they do, and that is it's like an extension of their family. And Gen Z and Gen Alphas too, that's what they're looking for. And so even having a la carte back this year or being able to welcome kids through the lunch line, that's going to evoke a sense of newness into the day because some of these students have not been back in school in months. They've been working virtually. And so that's really an opportunity to think about what that environment might look like and how we can still create that sense of connection within the cafeteria. And we can go over to the next slide. And this. So food while snacking. And I love this slide because I think it's really important. So NPD surveyed children and adults and to look at the feelings they have when they're snacking and eating. And I love that over 75% of kids feel good, normal, or happy collectively when they are eating. And I think now more than ever, and if you add calm in there as well, that is a large majority, close to 90% of kids would have this sense of comfort if you really look at it when they're snacking or eating. And so again, I think this is a tremendous opportunity for school nutrition because you are seeing your students more during the school day than anyone else when you think about it. They're in school a majority of their days now. And so it's a great opportunity to just really, welcome them back. And I think this is truly one way to just make the old new again is it could be something as simple as, having a different merchandising setup. And Eric's going to talk about that and some of the opportunities that we have to offer you guys to help with new ways of merchandising. And something as simple as that could really refresh and revamp some of those traditional items that you're looking to freshen up. Perfect. And so to make snacks work, so looking at this, a survey confirmed that like 40% of students buy or consume one or more snack at school. So this is an opportunity to really make sure that your selection of products is both appealing to your students' tastes and preferences, but then again, also you could easily rotate items in and out, and that will help create that sense of refresh. So you could keep the same item on your menus, but just rotate them out, or maybe you adjust where certain items are placed on the line, and that sense of newness may just help recreate the thing. Again, 92% of K-12 students are seeking brands they know. So this is really an opportunity to reintroduce and inform both your parents and your students. Did you know that we are carrying these same brands that you're probably getting at home? It's a great way. Also, pricing. We know that pricing matters, especially with a la carte. And so looking at the different opportunities to have offerings where it can meet any budget and financial limitation. Again, I said location, making sure that your products are visible, your serving lines are inviting, and also making sure that you place, if you think about this, especially in the elementary level, some of these kids can't even see over the milk cooler, let alone the serving line. So you want to make sure that you are positioning your most profitable items at a level in which all students can see them. Otherwise, it may be really difficult and they may just overlook them. And again, managing the message of your program, of your products, and sometimes even if it's been the same menu that you have had, just revamping it or remarketing it in a way to just talk about, like, here's our menu, here's a student favorite. Like, adding some of those key talking points is just one way to really transition that message, and it gives it a sense of newness and freshness on your menus and in your communication strategies.
All right, thanks, Steph. I really appreciate the great information and for helping quantify exactly how much time I spend daily trying to negotiate what my kids are going to eat. It's multiple times a day at my house, that's for sure. So we're just going to end this here with a couple new and exciting a la carte support options here. We have 2 new corrugate merchandisers to really help the comeback of a la carte. Oh, all right, we need to wrap up here. So these were tested pre-pandemic. Most locations saw an average increase of about 30% in a la carte sales. Again, I can send out my email address and a link afterwards to you guys. So feel free to reach out anytime if there's anything we could do to help support your program.